Yeah.
And when you guys like first met, what was that like conversation that you guys had to actually create AMP? Like who created the name and kind of what made it an actual official group?
I forgot. Yeah, originally AMP was not a group. It was supposed to be a house out here. So when I was thinking about moving from Toronto, and I was finally got my visa shit sorted, I was like, okay, let's go, let's move. Davis really wanted to move to LA at the time, and so I was like, I could do LA. We got a group of like 8 people together. I forget who all the names were. At the time, Duke wasn't involved because he wasn't moving to LA by any means possible.
Like he actually hates LA.
Yeah, like he wouldn't move somewhere like, I don't think he loves home so much, and South Carolina is a 2-hour drive from Atlanta. So like I don't think he wasn't willing to move. So it was me, Davis, Phantom, and it was a bunch of 2K content creators. Supposed to be a big ass house. Eventually, as we got very serious about the conversations, people dropped out. Like people were like, nah,
Just,
I'm not
yeah,
feeling
making
it.
excuses,
Nah,
yeah,
I'm not
Probably
feeling
regret
it.
it now.
Yeah, yeah, So, but it got so many people dropped out. It ended up being just me, Phantom, and Davis, and I think Peter might have been too. It was a YouTuber named Peter McConville. So it was like 4 of us. So we were like, damn. So it's probably not happening. So then the whole thing kind of just shattered, fell apart. Then like later that year, Phantom started running with the name AMP in New York. So I was like, damn, but what if we want to end up doing the group, Phantom? And he was like, fuck it. So he started running with it, AMP, any means possible. At the time, he stopped doing his 2K videos. He made a new channel. He immediately started blowing up in IRL videos.
Whoa.
Like, and that's hard to do. Like,
Damn,
new channel,
very.
boom, off the rip.
Instantly, yeah, for sure.
So he's doing like New York style videos and stuff like that. It's his first like serious venture into IRL. And so like that happens for a while. And then a few months go by and we like renewed the conversation. Me, Davis, Phantom, and then we're like, damn, we low-key need a 4th person. And so Davis was like, yo, I think Duke would be down. And so he asked Duke, and Duke was excited about it. And the whole premise was, so we all kind of had our own motives, but we also had shared motives. So like on a cautious level, like NBA 2K at the time was like being pretty hostile towards me. Like I was blacklisted. They were stopping me from doing certain brand deals.
For real? Damn.
Yeah.
Why? Like what happened between that?
I would say things, and I wasn't even like rude or disrespectful per se, but I was kind of known at the time for being critical of them. And so like,
But how can they stop you from doing a brand deal though?
because it's on their game, so technically it's their intellectual property.
It is,
So
yeah.
when it was a deal with Hershey's too, it was the biggest deal I would have had at the time.
Wow.
And so Hershey's asked them to, hey, can agent do this? Can we get the approval? They said no. And there was one other one, I forgot what the second one was, and I panicked for a little bit, and I felt very unsafe in that community because it went from feeling like the comfortable thing I've been doing for so long to hostile, and I don't know when this could be taken away from me.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so like that's when I created Peer-to-Peer Podcast, RIP, Playback, RIP, and that's when AMP also started. But the shared goal on a more like group level was we really wanted to own something of value, and we know we're great at content. So it's like we all wanted to do something that wasn't 2K, so we were doing IRL content. We already had a good connection because we were playing so much games and shit together, so we fuck with each other. And it was like logistically possible. Me and Davis already lived in Atlanta at that point. Duke drives down 2 hours, and then Phantom has to fly in. So like, it's not that bad. It's a 2-hour flight for Phantom, and that was the worst. So like, we would all kind of come in for a weekend, crash at my crib, and then shoot 3-4 videos, and then everybody will kind of just disperse again. And we like bulked up a whole bunch of videos, and we started uploading. Our first video we dropped was a boxing video, and it was fucking amazing. This is back when Chris actually edited them. And then COVID happened, and everything closed. And the 8-video lead we had fucking vanished, and we're like, oh my God, we're scrambling to record videos. So like, we were figuring out a lot of things for the first time that, looking back now, like, I don't know how we pulled it off. Like, it was a lot of shit. We sacrificed a lot to make it happen. And then even to this day, like, we don't really make money from it, like, for real. Every dollar we have, we put back into it.
Yeah, of course.
The floodgates kind of opened a little bit now. We can do cooler shit now that we have like big sponsors that can help us afford to do cool stuff. So like the stuff we did in New York would not have been possible without the big sponsors. And so like, And the sponsors are fucking amazing. They're like literally like, okay, here's this money, go do something cool.
Go
with
do
it.
something cool. That's what you,
And
but
they
that's what
don't-
you want as, especially as a
literally.
group like that, or even like working with a brand. You want them to just let you kind of dictate it, because then they'll get more out of it than like trying to command you to like, here, do this, do these deliverables. You know what I mean? Like they're more so just like, they'll just make dope shit for us.
Yeah, and to this day, like they're all really cool. Like we just do our best to like give them value. But like realistically, like if you give us the ability to do cool shit, like us getting a penthouse, getting fucking evicted from the penthouse, and then getting a townhouse, and it's just chaos. And Kai's doing streams in the U-Haul, and Phantom goes back to his condo, and like we're all homeless
Just
trying to figure
chaos,
shit
man.
out. Like it was such good content. So like, yeah, we now are finally at the point where like we could hire dope people that will make a big impact. And then like, yeah, it wasn't always like that. There was times where like we had a joke. It wasn't even a joke. It was real. Where we'd be like, Kai, Davis, it's your time for the A&P stimmy. We need your money because we didn't have money. So like it would like we would take turns giving the A&P stimmy. So like it'd be my turn. Now I put in like $10,000 into the account. But like not only was it losing money, but like it was a lot of risk involved too. We got evicted from the first A&P house. Expensive, bro. It's a lot of expensive things that would happen that people wouldn't consider.
Wow.
So like as we're getting evicted and not having money, we also now have to find a new house. And it was challenging. We got through a lot of challenges and by God's grace, because like we had no business locking down the house we have now. And now like we put a court in the front. We're in the middle of renovating right now. When people see the renovations,
It's gonna be crazy.
oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't even know what all was being done to it. And then I saw the renders, mind blowing. So like we finally have the money to do cool shit. And like now it's just like it's time to cook. And that's a good position to be in as a content creator, where
For
you
sure.
feel like you don't have limitations and you can do whatever you want to do. Like that means your creativity is actually unlimited.
Yeah, I do. One thing I can say about you guys and just the stories that you're telling is just the commitment, the full commitment to not only themselves, like it's so like non-selfish, like to really commit to A&P for that long. You know, it takes a lot. Like
From all of us, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys probably know what it is too. Like you get some cool shit you want to do, but then you don't have no time to shoot nothing, and you got to do this stream. This sponsor wants this thing, and like you had to sacrifice.
Yeah.
No cap. And that's really how it goes. Like Davis had this YouTube video planned in Taiwan, and then Duke had this shit he wanted to do in Germany, but then we only have this window to do this, and people got to move flights, move schedules. And if you don't think like that, then it's cooked. It's GG's. Because
It's cooked, bro.
it's six busy
Yeah.
guys. You basically have to make this your priority. Otherwise, like, it's over.
And people don't know it. Like it literally takes one person to kind of make it all like if it takes
bro.
one person to be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Now the vibe is off. You know what
And
I
then
mean?
now you're not going to want to do it because that
That
nigga
nigga
ain't
ain't
doing
doing
it.
it, yup.
And now two niggas not doing it? Fuck no,
We're
I'm
not
not
even
doing
doing
it.
it. We're
Yeah,
not even
so
doing
that's
it,
how
man.
it goes. But yeah, Davis, credit to Davis. Davis is always kind of the glue guy. I think I used to be it, but Davis stepped up. So like Davis, like if we ever have any issues, bro, Davis hits up everybody to make sure things are sorted. We have the time for the videos, like. So Davis kind of acts like that. Davis has been a one person, I think, in A&P history that, like, he's very selfless. So, like, he'll cancel whatever or make whatever happen so that A&P can happen.
Of course.
And you need people with that energy, bro. Otherwise, like, it's tough. And so, like, you know, like, CNET is doing his Mafia-thon right now, and that's a month we can't shoot.
Yeah.
So, like, the month before is super important. We got to bulk shoot a whole bunch of videos, and then availability becomes a problem. We just literally make shit happen. So,
How many videos you guys shoot last month?
6.
Dang.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and it's like some of them were like 2-dayers, and it was like, yeah, I don't want to leak nothing, but it was we shot some cool shit.
That's full commitment, man. Like I said, the reason why a lot of groups don't even happen or they don't last that long is simply just because like one person doesn't commit or one person doesn't see the vision, and you guys also saw the vision through the whole time.
Yeah, Kevin Hart gave us some good advice when he was over at the crib, because he also had his group, and like it really just is an ego thing. Like as long as everybody's doesn't have an ego, you could work through whatever. Because like once one person gets an ego, it's over, bro.
Yep.
Because now you got to start managing that person's ego, and then now you can be like, that guy has an ego. Like I want to be able to do that stuff too, or be able to act like this, or
Yeah.
yeah. So like and it's also challenging. Like you guys live together too. Like living together is not easy neither, bro.
For sure. I
'Cause
mean,
one
you, like-
person's messy, one person's dirty, one person's always late, one person is. There's always an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
This nigga took your food from the fridge. Why'd you take my food? Like, there's always something that could, like, living together is also like it could add some tensions.
And
but-
some tension for sure, because I mean, when you're around each other all the time like that, like eventually, like it's just like, you know, built up animosity. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't know if you guys have ever had like any like super like
Yeah,
maybe heated arguments.
We've had
or
our squabbles on stream before.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like it's brothers though, so like no matter what
Of
it is,
course.
you always work through the shit. You feel me? But yeah, so yeah, that's how the whole thing kind of started. And then it's weird, like we did it. Like we are really at the point now where AMP is worth a fuck ton of money. We're doing exactly what we want to do with brands that support us. So like now we got the bread to do whatever fuck we want to do.
Amazing.
And like it's just like all things are pointing forward. So we're just trying to keep it going, like keep it pushing. Like it's weird. For a long time we felt like underdogs. You know, we go into this competition, we go to this event, and like people are like, it's AMP. That's like, but now I don't know anyone that considers us an underdog anymore. So like it's different. It's different. And like I'm really proud of all the guys, man. Like in their own ways, like everyone's done such a special job at like growing as a person and as a content creator. We've done shit that we dreamt of. And so like low key recently we've had to realign a vision because we kind of did all the things we set out to do.
Yeah, you see, you trying to want to figure out like all like new goals you guys want to reach or new things you guys want to try to do because I
Yeah.
mean, and genuinely, you guys have really done, and like you know what I'm saying, like basically everything that has been done before. You guys have done everything. So now it's like, what's the next step? What's the
Yeah.
next? You know what I mean? Like, how are we gonna take it to a new level?
Yeah, and that's an exciting position to be in because as soon as you reach that point in life, the ideas get bigger. Like, and now you're talking about shit that like truly has a lot of ability to like change people's lives for the positive, and just has like a ton of impact. And so like I think all of us have been starting to think bigger recently, and it's been exciting. Like when one person shares an idea with me, bro, it actually gets me so excited, and then my brain is like, oh, I can think of all these ways you could help make that fire. So like it's really collaborative, and like we're in each other's content so much that like no matter where we are, like right now we're all kind of separate. Like me and CNET are in LA. I think a few of the guys might be coming this next week. I'm flying back to Atlanta right after this, and then I'm gonna be back. So like no matter how spread apart we are, like we had a game night yesterday. We had a COD game night.
How'd that go?
As you'd expect, 2 hours late, a lot of dysfunction.
I'm hearing it.
A couple guys bottom fragging. Chris got a couple kills, thank God. Davis was lagging at every game.
Who was on the bottom of the leaderboard every game?
Chris every
Chris
time.
every
Yeah,
time?
basically every single time. Yeah, but Davis is washed too. Davis just talks about his Black Ops 2 days every time you tell him about Call of Duty.
Like, come on, bro. That was a decade ago. What are we doing?
Yeah, and then me, Kai, Duke, and Phantom kind of shared the rest of the leaderboard depending on what game it was.
I'm hearing it. I want to ask you,